from LOCH BRIAR Knits, coming to you from a very sunny, pretty cold Nova Scotia, Canada, and welcome to my knitting podcast. It is episode 71. I'm almost like 99% positive it's episode 91. It is Friday, February... Okay, that I don't know. I think it's the 21st, February 21st. And that's about it. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm really like doing this on the fly because I took the afternoon off because we're going to go out to the schooner house and for the weekend, but I have about an hour and a bit before my husband gets home, and I thought, okay, I can fit in a podcast because I didn't get one done last week because I wanted to get back on my regular, I feel like I have fiber in my eyeball already. I wanted to get back on my, regular podcasting schedule, which is usually the weekends that we don't have my stepson, which would be this weekend. And then, of course, I realized, oh, shoot, we're going away for the weekend. And then we get home in time to take the dog to obedience school, which I think is their last class. And then it's going to be like supper time and I'll have no time to podcast. So I thought I have to do it today. It's the only time I can do it. And we're moving our offices for work next week. So I have to work late next Friday. So I'm taking the extra time. I'm going to be working next Friday. And I'm doing it, using it up today. And that's why I'm here early. I'm itchy. I don't know what it is, but I think it's like the cold weather. It's like, it was super cold when I got up this morning. It was like minus 16 degrees Celsius and it was just freezing. It's a little better now. So I'm just going to fold that over. Anyway, where you can find me on Instagram. I'm most active as Kelly L. Boyce. I also have a Instagram account for my hand-dyed yarn business, which is LOCH BRIAR Knits, so you can check out either one of those. There's a Facebook page. There is an Etsy shop where I sell my hand-dyed yarns. And I'm leaving something out. Oh, Ravelry. There's a Ravelry group. And those are all under LOCH BRIAR Knits, and I'll put all the links down below. And I think that's it. So welcome to all the new and returning viewers. Thank you guys so much for checking out the podcast for the first time or returning for X number of times. And yeah, let's get started because I don't have a lot of time and I think I've got a fair bit to tell you. And I can't remember if I showed you this faux last episode because that was 3 weeks ago and I barely remember what happened yesterday. But I think I did, but I'm just going to show you again anyway. My brother-in-laws, I got to like lean back for these ones to get them in the screen. That's how gigantic they are. So these are my brother-in-law's Gigantor socks for his Gigantor feet. And those are knit out of Briggs & Little Tuffy sock. And yeah, just like it's Aran white yarn. So I had to kind of adjust my regular vanilla sock pattern and kind of figure it out, which once I got the first sock done and made the mistakes on that one, the other one went much smoother. But those are done. I have to get those up to him. I really kind of wish I had given it to him sooner because I have the ones for my sister as well. Because they went camping last weekend. My sister spent a winter up in Nunavut, so she's fine with the cold, but still it would have been nice to have some nice warm hand knit socks. So I got to get those up to him today. So those are just in like the red and the gray. I think I did show you guys these finished last episode, but I can't remember. So I'm not going to dwell on them just in case I did. So really they're socks. So, and I do, speaking of socks, have a half finished object. This is in my Alex Collins, her winter bag. I love her bags. I kind of want to get one in every season. Is that wrong? So these are, okay, can we just see the difference in the sock size between my feet and my brother-in-law's feet? Like, now, granted, I wear a size like 5.5, so I do have small feet, but can we just look at the difference? It's insane. I'm really glad that his socks were in Aran weight because it would have taken forever to knit them otherwise. So this is my sock, and this is knit out of a Homespun House in her Spiced Cider colorway, which is was one of her Christmas colorways. I'm just gonna see if I can get this up. I think this is showing. I can't actually see the screen of my phone, but I've got the second sock finished. So I finished this one, and this is in her soft sock base, and it really is like a soft sock. Like, it just feels really, and I don't mean this in a bad way. This is like awesome. Like, it's like really floopy and soft and just like, it's just like really soft. So this is the cake. My messy cake, and I've started the second one, and I've got the I just finished the twisted rib. So this is the first time I've done twisted rib on my socks, and I mentioned last episode that you can tell there's a little bit of laddering going on here with the twisted rib, where because I did them on magic loop. So I thought I was maybe pulling the yarn too tight. So on this one, I did it looser. And if you can see, maybe if I can get it in the right place, there's still a ladder. This side isn't as bad, but it's still... So I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I had figured it out, but clearly not. So I think what I might do is to see if I can find some stuff, tutorials or something on, fix my pillow, on the interwebs, on the YouTubes, to see if I can figure out what I'm doing wrong. And if I can't, I may try doing it on the 9-inch circulars, which I've been wanting to try that again. The first time I tried the 9-inch circs, I hated it. Like, I felt like I had nothing to hang on to, and like I was just like knitting like this. But I think if I can do it at least just for that part, I should be fine, because I had no laddering like going down in the body of it. So it had something to do with the way I was doing the twisted rib with the magic loop. I just don't know what it is I was doing wrong. But honestly, I think if I block them, that'll probably block out. And honestly, they're for me. I don't care. I really don't care. So I just did my basic vanilla pattern that I always do. I did the a partridge heel. See that? And then I go down till I think I have like 11 or 12 stitches left, and then I just Kitchener the toe. So that's that. These actually, and I feel like it was the yarn, but I felt like they flew off the needles. Like when I was knitting on it, it just felt like it was just like whizzing by, and it was the yarn was just so easy to knit with. I have some more of Molly's Homespun House stuff. I think, is that it? Yeah. This is the new one I got, Collins, and that's in her soft sock base. And I was going to do this in a shawl, maybe like a one skein shawl. I'm not sure, but I really don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't think it's going to be socks though. I had mentioned I had ordered some yarn from Barnyard Knits and that came in. So this is her Into the Forest. And oh my God, people. It's beautiful. I love it. And then this is her Cabin in the Snow. Yeah, Cabin in the Snow. So this is just, I mean, look at that. Ugh. So I'm almost tempted to do maybe I mean, really, I could do like a 3 skein shawl with that. And those would go together, I think, really well. I think they would all complement each other. So I don't know. I might. I don't know. The sound effects. Okay. All right. By the way, I'm hoping I don't look like deathly ill on camera. It looks okay. I came home, I slapped on some makeup. I let the dog out. So by the way, if you hear any whining or barking, that's because I stuck her back in her crate. We have a 5-month-old puppy. So I can't have her roaming around while I'm podcasting, because if she roams in here, everything's going to come tumbling down. But she knows I'm home, and she knows that she's still in the crate, so she's not happy about it. So I'm taking these with me to the Schooner House this weekend to put a little time in. And let's see, what else do we have going on? Oh, I can't remember if I showed you, because I'm going to start trying to remember to just do a quick review of my the episode before, so I know if I showed you guys something or not, especially if I take more than my usual 2 weeks. I think this was like 3 weeks, but I finished my hat. And I did a pom-pom, which I never do. And I did a mix of this color, a cream white color that I had left over from something else, but I have no idea what. And then I had a gray color. So I just kind of mixed the 3 of them in, and I used like the little clover pom-pom maker on the large one, I think. So I really like it. It's DK weight. This is Hypothesis yarn in her wolfish color. It's actually darker than what it's showing on there. Yeah, that really blows it out. There, this is this is what color it is. I absolutely love her yarn. She's from Nova Scotia. So if you can, I'm gonna try to remember to put the link down here. I would highly recommend checking her out. And that was a bad idea with the hair. But this is like been getting a lot of wear because it's been really cold lately. And now that I'm walking the dog in the evenings when I get home from work, my slouchy sock head hat, is that what it's called? That I used to make out of fingering weight just weren't warm enough. So I whipped this up really quick, and I just did like my own pattern. I cast on 88 stitches, and then I did the 2x2 ribbing until I didn't feel like doing 2x2 ribbing anymore. I wanted it like long enough to feel like it was like really holding on my head, and then I just switched over to stocking knit. And then when I got up to like about here, I just started doing some basic decreases. So that's that. So that's a finished object, which I can't remember if I showed you last week or not. Tea. So I've got my double bergamot tea today from Stash. I was craving this all day today. We have a new employee at the office. And every time I hear with the kettle going, I usually drink coffee through the day, and then I'll maybe have a cup of tea in the afternoon. But for some reason, every time she had the kettle going this week, I just got a craving for like a nice hot cup of tea. And then I was watching Hannah on the Corner of Craft, her newest podcast this morning before I went into work. And she was drinking a nice hot cup of tea. And I was just like, all day I've been craving a hot cup of tea. So what else? Okay, well, let's finish with the whips. So I mentioned last episode that I had severe cast-on-itis. And I did cast on one new thing, but I actually haven't worked on it since I cast it on. So, which shows incredible restraint on my part, I think. So I was so determined to get past. So I'm knitting The Childhood by AnkeStrick, I think is how you say it. I think I'm getting that in the thing. I love this. It's like, if you can see, it's like this turtleneck. It's in fingering weight. I love the long arms. So I'm knitting this out of Knit Pick Stroll Tweed in the Lost Lakes Heather colorway. And I have to say, there were a lot, like all of this feels like it from like here to here have been nothing but short rows and increases. Like, it's like, it feels like every row. And it just kept going on and on and on. And I was just almost defeated by it because I just wanted to get to the part where I could just knit. I just stocking knits, stocking stitch, stocking knit. You know what? I always screw that up. I'm like, is it stocking stitch? And then I'm like, no, it's not. It's stocking knit. Stocking knit. And then that doesn't sound right. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. That. So anyway, I have finally got to the end of it. I was just so determined last weekend that I am going to sit here till I get past that point. So it's kind of hard to tell because I don't have it on huge needles yet. I got to switch it over. But I'm at the point now where I'm going to start separating for the front and back. So, oops. Da-da-da. So yeah, so I feel like now I'm so happy. I'm so happy I'm past all of the increases and short rows. There may still be more, and I did notice on one point, like there's a few spots here where it looks a little messy. I don't know if you can, like this here, it looks a little messy. I don't know what I did. I don't know. And then this one, I think when I was doing like a make left or make right, I messed something up. Or it might have been when I was doing one of the short rows. I did German short rows. I might have somehow messed something up there. I'm not too worried about that. I can just darn that up and you're not going to see it. So whatevs, right? Perfect is a subjective point. I don't worry too much about it. I really don't. I feel like I'm still with my sweater knitting in a bit of a learning curve. Like this will be sweater number 6 maybe? Because my first sweater was Joji Locatelli's Puntilla. Then I did the Tanya sweater, which was a disaster. Then I did the Weekender, which turned out pretty good, but I feel like it's too big on me. So I usually just wear it with tights kind of kicking around the house. And I am going to make another one out of Brooklyn Tweed, which is buried in back here in the soot colorway for, I think it's Shelter. And then I did the Rachel sweater by UNI Knits, and that turned out good, except the sleeves aren't as long as I like them, and I'm not super happy with my yarn choice because it feels like it just doesn't have the structure that I wanted it to have. And then I did the Joji Locatelli, oh god, what was this one called? Granito. And again, it's okay. And it's not really, it's not the pattern. I think it's me kind of learning what I like on my body and how I like the fit of my sweaters to be, and kind of figuring out how I make that happen. So the granito, it's okay. I don't love it on me. Then I did I do a lot of Hoagie Locatelli sweaters. I did the super simple summer sweater twice, and I did the first one, and then I thought it was too short for what I wanted, and so I did it again in first time I did it was in blue and gray striping, and the neck like dark gray and blue striping, and the next one was in the light gray and kind of grubby pink color. And what I did was put an extra stripe in it to give it the length that I thought I wanted. And as it turns out, the shorter version I like better now. So I don't know, maybe I was having like a fat day where I just didn't want my stomach showing or something, or I don't know, but I actually prefer the way the shorter one fits me. It kind of hits right at my hip bone, which is around the area that I want. So I don't know if I must have just been having a bad day when I thought, I think I want it longer. And I was actually going to rip that one out and make it longer, like add another stripe. So I'm really glad that I didn't do that. And I do like the pink and light gray one as well. And it fits a little looser. I think I went up a needle size just to give it a bit more drape than the other one. But yeah, I like my original one better. That's the sweater I have. That and the puntilla are the two sweaters that I like the fit of the most. So this will be, how many was that, puntilla? Tanya, that was just a disaster. Then the Rachel, the granito, the two super simple summer sweaters, and then this one. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Anyway, so this would be like 7, but this is like 6 if you're counting like actual patterns. Did I count the weekender in there? I don't remember if I did. Anyway, this is 6 or 7, 8, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so this one, I've never done a turtleneck before, and I do love wearing turtlenecks, as you can see. I have to have my neck warm. Like I can't stand having my neck cool in the winter time. So I usually will have like a scarf or a turtleneck on. So I'm really looking forward to getting this off the needles and wearing it, preferably before it's too warm and I can't. So that's coming with me, and it's going to get some love this weekend. Hopefully. I always think the weekends last longer than they really do. So the other thing that's on my needle is and I don't know how to say this because it's Danish, the Skovbær, and that's probably not how you say it. But if you don't speak Danish and you were looking at it, that might, how it's spelled, that might be how you would pronounce it. You would be wrong, but you know, whatevs. So this is a one skein shawl that Leica, see again, Danish, and it sounds so beautiful when she says it. I really wish I spoke some of the Scandinavian languages. But she's from Fiber Tales. Is that right? Yeah, Fiber Tales. Anyways, and it's a little tutorial she has on one of her podcasts. It's not a written pattern, but you don't really need it. You just kind of start off with the tab, and then you just do your increases and decreases each row, making sure I don't. So I don't remember, this was a pre-caked up yarn. I don't know where it's from. It's a single ply. It's kind of a plummy gray kind of colorway. And I don't know what I did with the tag. I really don't. I caked up a bunch of yarn when I first got my ball winder and for some stupid reason didn't keep the ball tags, so brilliant. So anyway, I'm almost done, and this will be done. I'm trying to hold it up without knocking it off the needles. See if I can get it stretched out as far as it goes without doing that. I might be able to finish this up now. The rows are taking longer now just because it's getting longer. But this is a great one skein shawl project. If I thought that I would kind of do some up as gifts, but it's very easy. It's good for mindless knitting. So if I'm watching a podcast and I don't want to have to like think about, like, I can't do a sweater that where I'm dealing with any kind of increases or decreases or anything with a pattern and watch a podcast at the same time without like things going really bad in a hurry. So that's almost done. That's all I've got left. And then I'll bind off. I think she just has you do like a regular bind off, but I'm kind of playing with the idea of doing, I still have fiber in my eyeball. I'm playing with the idea of maybe doing a picot edge. They take forever and I don't like doing them, but I do like how it looks. So I may do that. I think that'll be a nice touch. But we'll see. See what my mood is when I get there. It might just be like, I just want it off the noodles. So, but I am going to start another one, I think, once I get this off, because I would like to have some on hand for some gifts. So that's in my Dogwood Knits bag. I love this bag. I think I got, oh no, dog hair's back on it. But it's got like striping inside, and I love the color, just kind of the sort of linen and the nice red bottom. So that's in there. And then my cast on from Cast-onitis, before I got determined that I was getting past all of the short row shaping increases, decreases on the other sweater was, do I not have the pattern in here? That's not helpful. But it's the Sweater Hug by Skeindeer Knits. And I really have nothing to show you. I'm knitting this in Erica Knight. And this is her, it's called British Blue. And it is so crazy soft. So this is what I've got. I literally have it cast on, and I may have knit one row, maybe. Did I knit a row or did I just cast it on? No, I just cast it on. That's it. That's all I've got is the cast on. I think I'm going to bring this with me this weekend. See, I think I've got like all the time in the world. We basically are going to get there around supper time tonight. So we have tomorrow, and then we'll probably pack up the Monday or the Sunday morning and then come back. It's like a half-hour drive from the house. So I really have 24 hours. That's, you know, maybe a little more. I gotta sleep in there at some point, so I don't know. But here is the other thing. I'm gonna do 2 of that sweater, I think, because I want to do it in this color as well. And if I hadn't had that one cast on, I may have just gone with this one. But then I was kind of looking at the sweater and I thought it's such a classic sweater. The style is right up my alley. It's just like a basic pullover sweater, and I love it. And I don't have the pattern here to show you. I don't know what I did with it. I have no idea what I did with it, which is kind of dumb. I wonder if I put it in here. Hold on, Kelly. Nope. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I should probably find that before I pack that up and take it with me. But this is Cascade yarns in their Cascade 220 Heathers. I love this color. It looks, I can bring it up here, but that kind of blows it out. It's that kind of is a little more true to color when I hold it back here. And again, like super soft, super soft. So I shove that in there. So that's about it. No, actually that's not it. So my mom had asked me if I could, she had found a picture on Pinterest. Now my mom is not super computer savvy. So she had found, I'm actually surprised that she knows how to use Pinterest. So anyway, so she was on Pinterest and she found a picture of a sweater that was, it looked like a really loose knit, like if you had taken a bulky yarn and then used giant size needles on top of it, like kind of like that really sort of loose loopy knitted look, but it had this cable kind of going down the front of it, and it was a very kind of loose drapey fit. It looked like it maybe went to maybe around your hip bone, which mom would probably knit it a little longer because she likes her sweaters longer. But when she clicked on the picture, it wasn't taking her to the pattern. So she thought she was doing something wrong. But with Pinterest, you may get the picture, but it doesn't mean it's going to take you to the pattern. So she sent me the link, which also surprised me. I think Dad might have helped her with that one. I don't know. Anyway, so she sent it to me to see if I could find the pattern for her. So I clicked on it and it took you to a website, but the website didn't have the pattern on it anywhere, which was the same problem she was running into. So I thought, well, maybe if I do, I think it was made out of drops yarn. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I could find it that way. But I couldn't find it. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll check out Ravelry and I'll do a search for, you know, similar sweaters. And then if I can't find that one, I can just send her some links to similar sweaters and maybe she'll find one there that she likes. So I did that. But as I was searching, I came across this one, which is the Yeti sweater, and which I just love the name. Ooh, that's got like horrible glare. It's like two big blue blobs. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Ooh, that's weird. Okay, anyway, it is the Yeti sweater by Svetlana Volkova. So check that out. I love that. I have so many kind of shirts like this that are, I think I've got one like brown, burgundy, green, and blue. So, there, so it's not all glary. So anyways, I'm looking at that. Number one, I love cables. I love cables. I love knitting cables. I love the look of cables. I love cables. And it's got like a bit of a turtleneck. So I thought, oh, that's really beautiful. Like, I just want to see what kind of yarn that they use. So the yarn that she used was, oh God, I can't say this, Araucania azapa. Okay, clearly not my language. I'm gonna show you guys. Blah. Which is 30% alpaca, 45% merino, 15% silk, and 10% Donegal. And it's 140 yards per 100 grams. So it's a bulky weight yarn. So, you see that? So I don't have any bulky weight yarn. So I thought, well, I'll just go on and see if I can get some yarn ideas, because when you're on the Ravelry page for the pattern, you can kind of see different yarn suggestions. And one of the yarns that they suggested was Quince & Co. Osprey. Somebody had made it out of that. Now, I love Quince & Co. I love Quince & Co. Like, love sequence and go. So I think what I'm trying to say is, yeah, kind of like the yarn. Anyways, I was like, no, you're not going to go and buy more yarn because you'd bought the Cascades and you bought, I think I showed you guys this, the Harriet Fine in the gray, which is so soft. So, and you know, I've got a lot of sweaters quantity yarn. I didn't really need any more, but there's always in the back of my head saying it's really good to have like a good selection so that you could just on a whim cast anything on and you would have the yarn there for it. So, but I was just like, no, like, you know, I kind of priced out what it would cost to get enough yarn for it and did the exchange from US to Canadian, which is always painful, and the shipping, which I think was $18 US. And I was just like, oh, no, don't do it. And then I was just like, yeah, okay, I won't do it. Oh, look, I wonder what colors they have. And I was clicking through and I was like, oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. And then I clicked on this one. And I went, oh! So clearly, next thing I knew, it was arriving at my door. By the way, fast shipping. Like arrived in, I think, less than a week. So this is Root. And it is this beautiful brown color. And it almost, I don't know, maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but I almost feel like there's some sort of a sagey undercurrent. What's the right word I'm looking for? But it's beautiful. It's stunning. The color is just stunning. So yeah, so I'm going to be casting on this, and I'm probably going to cast that on really soon. So, and I also kind of said, well, and you know, it'll give me a sweater I can wear these under, which is kind of stupid because that's usually what I wear under my sweaters. Just because I like to have an extra layer under my sweaters. Yeah. I can justify, if I want yarn, I will find whatever justification I need to buy it. That's just sad. I have a problem. So, anyway, that's going to get cast on. It's not getting cast on this weekend. It may get cast on next weekend. I think work has just been like so insane since last May, and I feel so burned out that I think I'm going to maybe look after we do the office move, which I've got to kind of coordinate and deal with on top of everything else. Am I happy about that? No, I'm not. So anyway, I've got to deal with that next week. And then once that's kind of done and we're in our new space, I'm going to maybe look and see if I can take like maybe do like a Thursday, Friday, Monday, so I can get a 5-day stretch off. I do have not this coming Friday, but the Friday after that off, because I'm hosting a writing retreat at the Schooner House with me and 3 of my writing friends. For anybody of you new to the podcast, aside from my yarn dyeing and the day job, I'm also an author. So we usually, me and 3 of my friends will go down to the Schooner House for 3 days, 2 nights, and drink wine and eat good food, talk about whatever and writing and do some writing. So I'm really looking forward to that. It was supposed to be the weekend of the move, of the office move. And then, because I've got to coordinate that. So I had to change it and bump it a week. So that's actually going to be my podcasting weekend too. I might still be able to fit it in, the podcast. I might get there a little early and do it on Friday. We'll do the remote live from the Schooner house. So I think that's everything. Life stuff is basically the puppy's coming along with her obedience training. I may take a little footage of her so you guys can see how much she's grown since the wee little fluff ball. She's a golden retriever for anyone new to the podcast. And she's pretty good. She's still pretty stubborn. But she's getting better at doing what she's told. She just doesn't do it 100% yet because she still thinks she has a say in it. So I don't know. I don't know where she got that idea. That's about it. Oh, I finished the book I had mentioned last episode, The Immortalists by Chloe Benjamin. It was all right. It had like great reviews and I was really excited to read it, but I gotta be honest, I don't get what, I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't my thing. So I'm now reading book 2 in the, is it called the Winterland trilogy? Book 1 I read last year, which was The Bear and the Nightingale. And now I'm reading book 2, which is, yeah, nope, right out of my head. What was it? I'll try to remember to put it down here. And that one's good. I really like, I keep trying to remember who wrote it, but I'll flip it down there if anyone's interested. My husband and I have 1 episode left of Game of Thrones. We were binge watching, we started over the Christmas holidays, binge watching the entire series again. So we're just down to the very last episode. We also watched the crap, what was his name? Hernandez, the football player. The 3-part Netflix series on him, and I'm totally blanking on his first name too. It was really good, and I'm not a football fan. I don't watch football. I don't follow it. I don't know very many of the players. And I do remember when the trial was kind of going on, but I don't even remember paying attention to how it ended, or how like it all kind of went down. So the ending was kind of a surprise for me. So and then we also watched on demand, we watched Ford versus Ferrari, which was amazing. Like Christian Bale in that movie was phenomenal. Like I'm a Christian Bale fan anyway, but I was really, really impressed. And Matt Damon was fantastic. Like everybody was really good in that movie. It was definitely worth it. And that's about it. That's what we've been watching. That's what I've been reading. And I think that's about it. I started writing a new book. I kind of set the one I'd been working on for 2 years aside because it was just not working. I kept getting like to the end of Act 1 and then my brain just stalled out and I was just like, I got nowhere to go. And then I'd go back and I'd rewrite it and get to the same point. Same thing. And finally, after 2 years of banging my head against the wall with it, I was like, maybe it's just, you just set that one aside. So I started working on a new one that I'm really excited about. It's kind of like a family drama. So I'm working on that right now. And that is about it. That's about all she wrote. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm already over my 40-minute mark by about 8 minutes. So hopefully I can edit that down. Until hopefully 2 weeks time, I will see you guys again. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I think it's on this. Maybe it's on this side. I don't know. It's on one of these sides. Hit like if you like the episode. That helps us get the word out about the podcast. And then hit subscribe if you want to be notified of any new episodes when they come up. And also, we're almost at 500 viewers, people. I love it. So I think what I'm going to do is after we pass the 500 mark, I'm going to do a giveaway and we'll figure out how we're going to do that when the time comes. But, you know, so tell your friends. So I'm going to let you guys go and get this up and edited, hopefully for Sunday. And hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes as planned. I will have another episode up in 2 weeks and see you then. So thanks so much for watching. And until next episode, happy knitting. See ya.